Hi everybody, it's my 125 gallon aquarium, and today we are going to get in there and do a water change and some tank maintenance. I really need to get in there and get the glass wiped down. I'll do that while the water is draining. I am probably going to clean out the filter while I'm in there today too. This tank has the standard Sun 304B canister filter on it, so I'll pull that apart, put some new filter material in it, get that all put back together, no big deal. But I really need to get in there and get the plants thinned out. I don't know exactly how much I'm going to do just yet, but I really do need to pull some of these plants out of here and open the tank up. It's really restricting the water flow. It actually kind of restricts the movement of the fish. These Java ferns are just getting huge and really filling up a lot of space in the tank. And I also need to get in here and do some removal of all of these lily pads. These lily pads are just, there's layers upon layers. It's stratified at this point. I mean, it just keeps going. I just keep seeing more lily pads. So I definitely need to get in there and start cutting some of that back. And as I said, thin out some of this Java fern. So let me get this lid closed back up. And we will step back here, give you a view of the whole tank again. And we are going to say there's a look at the before. And there's your after. So I wound up removing a significant amount of plants, mostly the Java fern, but I did get in there towards the right hand end. There's a bunch of Anubias growing behind that Java fern, and I pulled a bunch of that out too. And of course I cut down all of those lily pads that were up at the surface, and I even cut out a bunch that was mid-level in the water column. So I got the glass nice and wiped down. I changed out the filter, and I didn't gravel vac per se, but I did get down into a few nooks and crannies and drew a bunch of the mulm and stuff up out of the corner, especially down at the right hand end of the tank, and we'll have a look at that as we get closer to it. I did actually shoot video of the entire process of me getting in there. My intention was going to be to either watch it at fast speed and we could do a voiceover or something. I don't know. I was going to do something with that footage and show you all the plants I removed and all the work I did while I was in the tank, but it was my older camera and the batteries weren't working right because haven't been charged in so long, and so I'm not sure how much of it I got on video. I also do not have the cord anymore to upload the footage to my computer, and I was unable to transfer it to the card that's in the camera where I could just pull the card out. So I'm pretty sure the video is there, the footage is there. Again, I don't know how much of it we got before the battery died, but I should have about 30 or 40 minutes of actual video of me just doing my thing and getting in there, not paying any attention to the camera at all, just letting it roll while I went in and did my tank maintenance. So again, maybe we'll be able to make that into some kind of video, and you'll get to see how much of that Java fern I actually pulled out of there. So having said that, I've got a lot of Java fern available right now, and I even have some Anubias. It's this Anubias that's in the back here. You can see, well, it's kind of hard to see. If you see this long one here, long, thin, this long, thin leaf, and then it's got real long stems on it. So it's not the short, squat Anubias like I've got in my 55 gallon tank for my regular viewers, but it's a really long, lacy species of Anubias. I really like it, and I pulled 2 or 3 good sized chunks of that out of there. We can actually look in here now and see my fish swimming around in the tank. That's my snakeskin gourami back there. So not a lot to talk about as far as what it was like while I was in there. I will say I never planted any Java Windelov at this end of the tank, but you can see it's growing up through the hole in the piece of wood there, and there's a piece that's attached onto that, and that is definitely Java Windelov, and I've never planted it at this end of the tank. It just sort of got there. But you can see some of the holes and some of the sort of cavities, the rocks, that big piece of wood lying there. there's a lot of room for detritus and mulm and stuff to collect. So I, kind of ruffled that up a little bit and swirled a bunch of stuff up and, got the water looking all filthy. But by getting the water looking all filthy, I was able to remove a lot of that water with all that mulm and stuff swirling around in it. And so now we got a nice clean tank again, and mostly I'm happy about the fact that we've got it opened up and we can actually see the fish swimming around in the tank. I really love my snakeskin gouramis there. They're awesome fish. So the only other thing that I will really say that I noticed while I was in the tank is that I didn't notice my small loach anywhere. I've been looking for it for about the last week and I have not seen it. And when I went in there to do the big water change and everything, I also did not see it. And as much water as I drained and everything I was doing, I'm pretty sure it's not in there anymore. So I think that skinny loach has finally passed away. Well, you can see how much this was just packed all the way to the back glass, and I left one little piece of Java fern tucked in right there. You can see how I only left a little bit of Java fern tucked in right there. Didn't do anything to the crypt. Left that alone. Didn't do anything to the Java fern the Java Windelov that is growing on the top here, because that's where I've had it planted before, and it was supposed to grow in as sort of a big sort of bushy mound and cover up the top of that unnaturally cut off piece of wood right there. So it'll grow back. I removed a huge mass of it not too long ago, so that'll grow back. I'm not too worried about it. But again, we've also got it growing at the other end of the tank now. This is the final piece of Java fern that I went in there and I went around back and pulled a whole bunch of stuff out of there. The root mass back there is just enormous, and I think it was really blocking the flow from the power head in the back there. Blows right down past where all those roots were accumulating, and it was really restricting the amount of water flow in the back. You can still see some of the roots back there and how much the water is still sort of flowing across the back of the tank. And then, of course, as I said, I got in and did a filter change. Got that all cleaned up while I was in there. Nothing really to speak of within the filter. It needed to be changed, but it wasn't particularly filthy or, crazy or anything. I just went ahead and did a filter change, and that was about that for that. So the plants was the big thing. And remember, lots and lots of plants available for sale right now. So check my email down in the description below. If you're interested, contact me. We'll talk. Meantime, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Look forward to that other footage. I'm sure I will be able to recover it. I do know what kind of cable I need. I ordered the cable I need, and it should be here tomorrow. And if all goes well, I should be able to pull that video off of my old camera, and we'll be able to do something with it here in the near future. I'm really enjoying looking at my two male rainbow fish there in the middle. Definitely showing spawning behavior, as is frequently the case after a large water change. Good stuff. All right, everybody, once again, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget, this is my 125-gallon tank, and I will see you real soon on the next one.